Welcome back, everybody. It's Steve with These Tackle Box, and I am stuck in this shop right now doing a bunch of organizing as far as getting things prepped and boxed up and shipping for this week coming up. But I did want to share with y'all a little bit of some lures that somebody pointed out to in a comment here a couple of days ago. And you know what? I had never thought about doing anything on those lures or covering those lures at all, because the company, I don't collect and I rarely use their lures. But I do remember we were using one of their frog pattern ones, and man, that sucker must have caught like about 6 or 7 bass when we were out here, when we first moved out here. And that, my friends, is your Lazy Ike, the lures. And so there's a couple of different types, and I know that way back, I think in the 40s or the late 30s, early 40s or something like that, they were making them out of wood. And so if you find some of these old wooden ones, it's kind of hard to be able to not tell, because the wooden ones have a metal piece here on the front right there. You can see the division there that splits that piece. And so the ones that are made out of wood have that metal piece right here in the front. The ones that were made out of plastic, let me show you all real quick. I saw one here that was marked. Let me see where you at. This one here. So this one made out of plastic. You can see the seam right there in the middle. So this is the ones that we were going to talk about today, and not so much as to give you information about when the company was made and blah blah blah. I've seen like probably 10 different videos out there that talk about the history of who made what and how they got started. Basically, it was a gun shop that opened up a sporting goods department, took somebody in that was the original creator of this lure. I believe the last name was Daniels. And then after that, when he left, he turned over the rights to the company, which was Kautsky's Sporting Goods or something like that. And so they continued to produce it, but they took on another carver, and he was doing them, made them by hand out of wood, up until the 50s, I believe, is when they started changing them over to the plastic types. And so they started, or actually before that, they had the lathes that helped them stop having to hand carve them and making them in mass production. So I think they went from like, I don't know, 40,000 to like 900,000 in a period of about 10 to 12 years or something like that. I mean, that's a lot of lures, and it's such a simple design. I mean, it's really basic, just almost like a piece of a limb that just gets that angle, and there you go. Put some hooks on it. Well, I don't mean to undermine the company Lazy Ike. I love their lures. There's a bunch of different other stuff that I've found Lazy Ike related, even some prototype pieces, some that were still on the lathes that were attached where they were carved on the machine, and they still had both ends attached. So those are pretty cool finds for that kind of company and their history and all that good stuff. So we're not going to cover a lot about their history. We just wanted to show y'all a couple of cool lures from that company, which the first one was the old wooden one in frog that I was telling you about. And so that one you can tell right off the bat. The funny thing about it is I found this one that is a Lazy Ike also. You can see the little piece right there in the front. But this one seems to be made out of plastic. And so you can see, well, there's kind of like a seam there. But you can tell that the edges are sharp, different from the wooden one. But it still has this little piece here in the front. So maybe it's just an indentation to make it look like the original old stuff. But regardless, this is a frog pattern. This is a frog pattern. Then we found this nice little, what size is this one? It says Lazy Ike. Man, I can't even tell, it's so tiny. F1, I believe. Yep, I believe that's what it says, F1. So there you go, you have a little F1 in orange with black spots. Then we have a couple of different types of these that I haven't really been able to figure out which one is which and all that good stuff. Like, for example, this one here would look like, ouch, man, that hook just went right in there. This one here would look like a Lazy Ike, but you see the top little fin there. Let me see if I can get here. Okay, so on this lure here, this top little fin right here makes the whole different profile from the original Lazy Dazy. They almost have the exact same everything, but hey, look at that. Even the angle and everything looks exactly the same, except for this one having that fin. So if you guys know which who made this one, it doesn't have a name on there or anything. It's just a one solid plastic piece with the fin on there. And there's not just one, there's two of them. Here's another one. So here's a red one here, clear, with, looks like it has gills on it. Has the same little tail here at the top. And so I don't know what brand they are. So if you can help me out with those, that would be much appreciated. There's also this little one here that doesn't quite have the same angle up here, and it has bigger loops and hook eyes there. But I remember somebody telling me about this specific lure and what brand it was. I just can't remember. I can't remember right now. There's so many different kinds of these, and you're gonna see real quick. I'm not gonna have time to go through each and every single one and company and all that, but I will show you a couple of them, and y'all can see different stuff on these. Like this one, for example, it's supposed to be a Lazy Ike, right? But it's not a real Lazy Ike, I don't think. It has the eyeballs kind of, you know, just kind of stick out a little bit, and it has a very crude type of cut to it. I'm not sure if it's a knockoff type or what, but interesting rib pattern, pretty cool. Then we have another, let me see, another one that's not branded here. Oh, I'll show you that one in a minute. This is an old Lazy Ike one in plastic as well. Now that one I can see clearly there, and it's a little beat up and stuff, but we're about to use these, so we're gonna take them out with us and see what we can do with those. Now here's another company that I found that was pretty interesting, really cool design with the little tail here. So this little tail here just kind of flaps around as it swims, and this one here, I think I remember the company's name is Top Notch Tackle Company or something like that, and this would be your water loop. And I have a couple of other ones like this that are tiny small ones like that with just the one hook. So I guess those are your fly size, but check it out. Look, it's got a really cool glow on the paint right there, the gold foil or something inside of it. Pretty cool. Let me see, what else did we find here? So Heelan, when we talk about these type of lures, Heelan Flatfish is one that competed, I guess, with the Ike, because they had a similar run. And these Heelan Flatfish also started off as wood, and then they changed over to the plastics when everybody else changed over to the plastics. Easier to make. This is another one that I don't know what the lure brand is. It's got different setup. These where the hooks connect are a little bit longer, like wider and stuff. So I'm not sure who makes this one, but it's lost a lot of paint. Maybe a repaint and refish. Now going back to the Heelan, so we got this is your plastic one here. This is your U20, and every time when we go looking for lures, we always find these. Your U20 of the Heelan Flatfish, and this one is made out of plastic. You can see the sharp edges right there. Let me see if I can find one of the wood ones. So this is your wood one, and this one is your plastic. See, you can tell the difference. As a matter of fact, you can see that this one, the older wooden ones, have like a double tie there on the loop there. Now these, I think, yeah, see, they got different tie. Yeah, they look different all together, but these are subtle differences that you can see that'll help you recognize them. Let me see, those are U20s. This is another U20 in plastic, I believe. This one's, yeah, straight up plastic U20 in our frog pattern that we love. I love the way they put those hooks too. Two on the top, two on the front, two on the back, and that's gonna get you, you know, in case they're hitting short a little bit or whatever. That'll get them right there. They also have this setup, which is also another U20, but this one only has one hook on the back. So I don't know if somebody changed that. Maybe they don't like all the dangling hooks on there or what, or could just be that you can only have 3 hooks on it. I'm not sure. Well, this one right here is the plastic U20. I think we got another plastic one here. So this one here looks a little bit like the other frog pattern, but different scheme, I think, just a little bit. Then we have the F7, which is a smaller version. I think this one, I'm not sure if it's missing a tail there. No, looks like that's all it had. So I guess it's only a 2-hook version. And yeah, I guess that's what it is, because this one here is also a F7, and it's also got only the 2 hooks. Pretty cool old lures right there. And I bet you a lot of these would be perfect for crappie fishing too. Here's an F7, more modern version. You can see the line tie is different, and also the pattern looks different. It's got that broken up green paint, and it only has one big hook, so I don't know what's going on with that one. Maybe it's imitating this tiny little, what is this, an F4? F4, guys. This is an F4, and this is the U20. So just so you can see the size difference. Tiny little thing. We have a couple more. I think these are what? This is an X4. So this one has only 3 hooks. Pretty cool paint job. You can see right there, Flatfish. Here's the X4, that same one, but in a more plastic, more finished version like this. The other one has that crackle back green paint. Check it out. Which was your favorite, the smooth or the crackle looking one? I think I'm gonna stick with this one. Blends in better under those grassy weeds and stuff. Here's an old wooden one. You can see the paint's already coming off on that. I love the way they made those line ties, big, thick, chunky turn of the tweezers there to make it work. All of these are going into a box that we're gonna try out, so don't worry about me chunking them over there. Here goes another one here. This one. So this one I believe is probably some type of imitation or something. I'm not sure. See that line tie? It looks way different. And I don't think it has any writing or nothing. So we'll go ahead and throw that one in the box as well. See what it does. I'm not too confident about that line tie being so flat like that. Like the way that this is. See? It's kind of like a washer kind of thickness. We'll see how that goes. Then we got this other little imitation piece here. I think it's an imitation because it doesn't have any markings at all. But it's got a line tie here that kind of sets and it doesn't move much. It doesn't give you much flex on the line tie, so we'll see how that one performs as far as that goes. It's missing one hook right there, so I'm gonna have to drop one in there. Then we got this weird looking thing here, and it's really dirty. I guess I think I just pulled it out of a tackle box that we had here. And I think that's called an okie dokie or something like that. You can see the name right there, but it's kind of hard to... Ah, man, I can't remember what it's. I think it's okie dokie or something like that. Anyways, this one here, you can see kind of, yeah, okie dokie or something like that. Well, regardless, this is pretty dirty, kind of crud looking. We'll put it in some hot water, let that sucker come right off, and I'll tell y'all what color it is before we put the next video on. And now just to finish off, all these weird looking wavy curvy lures for this video. Check this one here. It's called a fishback. Now that's a nice, big, chunky, weird looking lure. Look at that. Black back and pretty much all the way chrome. A little bit of white there at the middle, but silent lure. Maybe a dip in a wobble type of lure. What do you say we throw that one out there and see what we do? Guys, we love for you guys to stop by here and check our channel out and talk lures with us and things like that. So I appreciate all of y'all that have commented in our comments and that are able to you know, let us know what you think about the channel. Let us know what you think about the information that we provide. Today's video just covers varieties and differences in lures and things like that. A lot of times I like to go in depth in specific brands and things and give you all a little bit more of information. But it's hard to keep all of that together every single time that we come on here, and for you guys too to be able to remember all the information. So a lot of these little tidbits like this that we do today is going to help us to just at least look at certain things that'll come into play as far as like, hey, you know, is this wood, is this plastic? That's one of the biggest questions we get all the time. Is this one wood or is this one plastic? So I'm trying to show you guys how to look at those lures in a way that when you go out there and you find some at a garage sale or an estate sale or a flea market, wherever it is that you go, there's a lot of people that find them at their local antique shops. So when you look at them, at least you know, hey man, I'm not paying, you know, old wooden glass eye prices for something that's remade or remanufactured later in time. So with that in mind, guys, I'm always trying to put some more videos out there that can help y'all learn more about these old lures. And so I take any suggestions that y'all have. I'll definitely take them into mind and put them out there in a way that we can all benefit from the information. Till next time, this is D signing off. Again, fish out, buddies. Hey, and one other thing. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so here down at the bottom. And also, if you got any other friends that are into all this fishing stuff and have collections of fishing lures and things like that, or the people that you know that go picking and all that, talk to them and let them know that we're on here talking about this stuff so that they can join us as well. We're looking to grow our channel slowly but surely, and that way everybody that joins sticks around for the information and not just for likes and thumbs up. So you guys stay tuned for the next one. We appreciate every single one of y'all guys. Till next time, this is D.